Bible Answers Now. What does the Bible say about gossip? Have you ever heard someone share something about someone else and it left you feeling uneasy? Or maybe you've been part of a conversation where in hindsight you wondered if you had crossed a line. Gossip. It's a word we hear often, but what does the Bible really say about it? Gossip can seem harmless at first. A simple conversation, a bit of juicy news, but the Bible warns that what might feel like harmless chatter can have far-reaching consequences. Proverbs 18:8 says, "The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts." It paints a picture of gossip as something that's easy to consume, but ultimately it affects us deeply, like poison in our hearts. We find another warning in Proverbs 20:19. A gossip betrays a confidence, so avoid anyone who talks too much. This verse doesn't just warn us about the dangers of gossip, it tells us to avoid people who indulge in it. But why? Because gossip undermines trust and destroys relationships. It creates division and breeds suspicion. It poisons community, and that's something God takes seriously. In the New Testament, the Apostle Paul addresses this issue head-on in 2 Corinthians 12, verse 20. He writes, "I am afraid that when I come again, my God will humble me before you, and I will be grieved over many who have sinned earlier and have not repented of the impurity, sexual sin, and debauchery in which they have indulged." Paul includes gossip in a list of behaviors that separate us from God's purity. It's not just a minor flaw. Gossip is a serious sin. Jesus also addresses the root of gossip in Matthew 12:36-37. He says, "But I tell you that everyone will have to give account on the day of judgment for every empty word they have spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned." These are powerful words. Jesus makes it clear that words, whether they are spoken in kindness or in gossip, matter to God. They have eternal significance. But here's the truth. Gossip isn't just about what we say about others. It's about the condition of our hearts. In James 3:5-6 we read, "The tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, sets the whole course of one's life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell." This isn't just a warning about our speech, it's a reflection of the deeper spiritual issue. If we allow our tongues to spread division and harm, it's a sign that something is wrong within us. Gossip is a heart issue that affects how we see and treat others. So, what can we do? First, we can take a step back and evaluate our words. Proverbs 15 verse 4 says, "The soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit." Imagine if our words, instead of tearing others down, could build them up. Ephesians 4:29 urges us, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." As followers of Christ, we are called to live differently. Instead of gossip, we are called to speak with kindness, humility, and truth. Jesus sets the perfect example for us, always speaking with love even when confronted with false accusations. Gossip might seem like a small thing, but it's a reflection of the larger issues in our hearts. When we choose to speak life, we reflect God's heart to those around us. Let's remember Proverbs 12 verse 18, "The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing." How are we using our words today? Are they bringing healing or harm? If this message has resonated with you, we encourage you to dive deeper into God's word and reflect on the power of your speech. Ask God to help you guard your tongue and speak with love and truth. And remember, when we speak in the way God intends, our words have the power to transform, to heal, and to draw others closer to Him. If you have any questions or would like to learn more, feel free to leave a comment below. May God bless you and your loved ones as you strive to speak with grace and truth in all things.